I got 3 more months on the road, lots of stuff to see and do. Maybe I'll even run into Miss Itchy Boo. Woo-wee! Maybe. After a few days camping on the Salmon River just outside the town of Stanley, I moved southeast into a town called Ketchum to get better internet. Around here, but I did find a canyon that's got some pines and some aspens in a nice little grassy area. Yeah, this looks pretty good. 'Cause I like hanging in aspens, by God. And it's got the only shade that I can see out here, so I think we're gonna make this home for at least a couple days. Then we'll see what happens. Saturday morning, about 5 miles outside of Ketchum, Idaho, and I've got a nice camp spot. It doesn't have a great view, but it's very convenient to town. They've got great internet at the library. Well, they've got decent internet out here. I could probably stream out here. So yeah, not all of Idaho is in the dark. Although central Idaho seems like it damn sure is. But yeah, I'm on a spur of a forest road that takes you up to a hiking trail. Just right around the corner there, there's a parking space and there's a hiking trail there. There was one car yesterday. Yeah, it's been very quiet. It's a little cool this morning. Not unusual, but yeah, almost. There was one van that came up last night and looked. There's a lot of cars down there on the main forest road. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice and quiet. I don't have this spectacular view, but it's quiet. It's cool, and it's one of the very few trees by the side of the road. And it's got several trees in here. Probably put several hammocks up, but yeah. I think the main thing is its convenience. It's so close to Ketchum. Another tourist town. Very expensive, but yeah. 30% chance of heavy storms last night, so I put the tarp up in storm mode. It's 20% heavy storms today, so I think what they're trying to say is there's a slight chance of really bad storms. Anyway, I'll show you the my setup. It's a very, very quiet spot in the forest, and it's up a spur off the main road that's actually a dead end. There's not a lot of roads here. It's probably, well, I don't know. That other one may go in a while, but it started getting kind of rough. So I turned around and came back up to this spur, which turns out, I didn't know it at the time I pitched, but it's I'm halfway down this road to the trailhead parking up the road here. But I've already had, I don't know, 4 cars come up this morning, and it's just not even 8:30 yet. So yeah, it looks like it's a pretty busy place. But I want to give you a real quick tour of the camp behind me. I've set up for storm mode because it was like 30% chance of heavy thunderstorms last night. So I set it up in storm mode. And really, there's not really much to look at out here other than trees. I'm in a nice little cove, a nice little area in a valley within a valley. So a little canyon that goes up this way. Apparently, there's a nice hiking trail up there because everybody's rushing up there to get to it. But I'm on a steep slope here, if you can tell. And a nice little grassy spot. Very unusual because there's not a lot of trees out here. Let's go into town and make something happen. What do you say? Well, let's go see what we got here. Just found out he's buried probably less than a mile from where I spent most of my day. So let's go find out. This historic person, a great man, literary circles. I think that's him. Should have known by all the stuff, the treasures left. Some cash here and everything. Ernest Miller Hemingway, 1961. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting grave. He's in between 2 trees. Trying to think, do I have anything to leave the master, the poet, the literary genius? What's this guy say? He left him a note. Somebody left some rum. Seems like Mr. Hemingway was into the rum thing. And then here's his wife. I think she died a few years later. April 5th, 1908. She's a good bit younger than he was. Well, 7 years. but yet she outlived him. Damn. 20 something? No, not that bad. But yeah, Mary Welsh, maybe not as loved as the master. Yeah, what a nice day. What a nice day to be spending in Ketchum. I wonder if Hemingway retired here, or... because I saw those pictures of him in the bathroom. Apparently he did some hunting around here. Bird hunting. Anyway, I'm about 3 miles from camp, so I'm gonna get back to it. Yeah, my camp is just on this side of those hills right there. So yeah, it's a good story right there. Man, I gotta tell you, even though I spent like close to 8 hours inside a public library, this turned out to be a fantastic day. I was expecting rain, heavy thunderstorms and rain today. So that's why the camp set up like hurricane bomb proof. But yeah, I spent it inside editing videos, did a live stream, and I had a blast, and it turned out to be a beautiful day. It was very gloomy there for a while, but yeah, it turned out it was a nice day, and I'm glad to be back at camp. And I'd probably have me another beer and cook up some 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock chili, and be in bed probably by 9 or 10. Wow, it has been quite a very relaxing morning editing. I just finished editing the dinosaur video, and now I'm thinking about rolling into town. It's very nice and cool and breezy in here in the shade, but I imagine it's going to start getting hotter if I walk out here in the sun. It's still breezy, still a cool breeze, but it's hot out here. So I think the forecast for today is 85 degrees. So I think I'm gonna roll into town, maybe upload this video, maybe start another one. The library's closed today, but they have outlets outside and some nice cool areas to sit in the shade and hopefully use their internet, because their internet is blazing. I can have this 20-minute video that, well, 16-minute video that I just finished. I can have it uploaded in 10 minutes, which is quite extraordinary. So, and maybe get something to eat. Just maybe spend some time in town, because Ketchum is a lovely town, and I don't mind spending time there. So it's expensive, it's pricey, it's a resort town, but yeah, I think that's the plan today. Just another nice relaxing afternoon in Ketchum. Sitting here outside the library, this beautiful library. It's beautiful on the inside and the outside. This nice little plaza with electrical and huge internet, and everybody's riding their bicycle today. Well, okay, kind of in general. And this is Ketchum, Idaho. This place is really neat. This is like a $30,000 courtyard they've got out here, and it's got several outlets. It's got USB. It's got everything you need to work. And I'm actually uploading videos and corresponding with some of my customers, because they all like to correspond on Sundays for some reason. I guess they're too busy during the week taking care of business, so they always want my attention on Sunday for some reason. So I'm heading them all off at the pass. But yeah, just kind of taking it all in, how awesome this is. There's a dude on a big gold wing with a bicycle strapped on the back. I wonder where he's going. Pretty awesome. You'd think we were in Colorado, but Idaho's just as awesome, just as much skiing, and you can see, well, maybe you can't, but you can see the lifts operating. I just now noticed that. But there are people going up. Maybe that's what the guy on the gold wing is going up to drop down on the ski slopes or whatever. I know a lot of ski resorts do mountain biking in the summer to kind of keep the revenue coming in. It's kind of a great way to reuse an otherwise empty, beautiful spot. Lots of space. Yeah. Welcome to Ketchum, Idaho. I love it here. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be 85 for a high today, but the wind's blowing. As long as you're in the shade, it's nice and cool. Hell, it's not that hot in the shade. It's probably 30% humidity. It's beautiful. So I am on a mission this morning. Capture some movement of the mule deer in the area. I'm not sure if I'm going to be successful, but at least I'm armed with a zoom lens this morning. I saw a couple of them running across about halfway up this road, maybe about right there. Yesterday I went down to the bottom of the hill to get some internet, and that's the bottom of the hill right there in that little valley. But yeah, as I cranked up the bike, I started rolling back up, saw a couple of them prance up, and they just went up to here. And so I decided this morning I'm gonna capture movement if I can. And with this fancy zoom lens, I should be able to get a pretty good image rather than depending on my phone, which has a horrible zoom lens. It's all digital, so. But yeah, we'll see. Came in here to get some water out of this creek, and that's how I do it, just in case anybody wants to know. I gave up the pump standing in the cold creek. I gave that up several weeks back, and now I get a big black bag full of, it's actually my dry bag. I don't use it much, so it's now my water and solar water heater carrying bag. So I dip that in the creek, fill it up, get my drinking water from that, and after a few hours in the sun, bam, I could take a shower. But yeah, look at that sky. I mean, you can't even hardly see one of the peaks over there. It's just gone. So I'd hate to think that that's a brand new fire that started close by, because that's going to really suck. I don't see anything popping up on Google Maps yet, so I hope I don't. I hope it's just blowing over from another valley on the other side of the mountains here. We'll find out soon enough. And a ham and cheese croissant from across the way at the market. And finishing up with my breakfast as the magpie closes in for his dinner. Well, we got one behind me, looks like. One final taste of Ketchum, Idaho. I love this little town. I wish there was more like this.